I don't know why you're trying to map this all out right this second. I'm looking at the agenda. You wrote it.
Well, anytime I ask you what you've been up to this week, you're like,
It's because I don't prepare, and you know that. But no, it's not on me to prepare. Axe our audience. I'm the unprepared one. You are the prepared one.
You're right.
And I'm unprepared.
It's true.
What am I supposed to do? Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Give me a minute. I'll get prepared. This Kleenex, and it's because, well, no, it's not because I'm planning on getting emotional.
Okay.
On this episode.
Okay.
Maybe next.
Okay.
But it's because my nose is emotional.
Yeah.
It's a waterfall of snot out there.
Okay. All right.
It's gross.
Could you intro the podcast, please?
Hey guys, welcome to Cold Hands and Warm Hearts. I'm Brandon Birdwell. I'm one half of the Cold Hands and Warm Hearts podcasting duo.
Hi guys, I'm Ashley Engle. I'm the other half. Welcome to episode 45. Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
If I move them around,
yeah,
it gets swirlies in your brains.
Different.
You know? Well,
my brain.
Different
sounds.
That's always I always love it when someone, like when you're like, hey, did you like whatever, fill in the blank. Say I made you a pasta, as I do. Yeah. I presented you with a pasta dish, and I said, what did you think after you ate it? And you go, this is different.
It's different.
It's different.
Pasta la vista.
Can we please start that restaurant where we just serve pasta, but everybody dresses like Arnold Schwarzenegger in
a different character.
Okay.
All the wait staff.
And every hour on the hour, they act out a new scene from the Terminator franchise.
Yeah.
And anytime you take their order, whenever you go to the kitchen to retrieve it, you say,
Pasta la vista.
I'll be back. What are you doing? We've done
right
this
there
before.
In the name.
I know, but you don't pasta la vista all the time. You can't say the name of the restaurant. It's like if I walk over to you and I take your order and it's like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want pasta. And then I go,
Denny's.
I was going to say Cheesecake Factory, but Denny's is also good.
Oh my gosh.
I drove by a Denny's the other day.
Same.
And was reminded that Denny's exists.
Same.
You know, in a world full of IHOPs.
Yeah.
Denny's exists.
Sponsor us, Denny's.
Sponsor us, IHOP. Tutti Frutti Fresh and Fruit Me. That's how I order the Tutti Frutti Fresh and Fruity at IHOP.
Okay.
And then they go pasta la vista.
Bye. Call security.
They go IHOP, and then they boing, 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 boing to the back.
I am fresh off a 3rd grade field trip.
You're too old for that.
I know. But I literally came here from the Oklahoma Science Museum. Science Museum, Oklahoma? Is that what we say?
Well, they're competing organizations.
When we were kids, it was called the Omniplex.
Which is
Sponsor us, Omniplex.
Way cooler name. Where are you going today? The Science Museum of Oklahoma. Or Omniplex. Sunday.
Totally.
Come on down to the Omniplex.
Play with magnets.
But what if the magnets, did you say? Polarity and attraction. Professor Smart Brain says, welcome to the Science Museum.
Shut up, nerd. Here comes the Omniplex. Swirly. Dude, a swirly is unsanitary bullying.
Yeah. It's the most unsanitary.
As opposed to all of the other, like nurples, perpy nurpies.
Oh my
Painful,
gosh.
but sanitary.
My boys are constantly doing that to each other. Anyway.
You must be a magnet because I'm attracted to you.
Science pickups.
Dude.
Science pickups.
Lady. And meanwhile, Science Museum of Oklahoma walks over.
Becky, I noticed that you were struggling on your science homework. I would tutor you if you would like.
And then an Omniplex comes and kicks sand in his face. Shut up. Omniplex. That's why the 80s and 90s ruled, and this time sucks.
That's why the 80s and 90s ruled.
Did I tell you about the time? Have I talked about this on the pod? We've done this so many times that I've forgotten what I've said. 45. And this episode brought to you by Colt 45 Malt Liquor. Sponsor us, Colt 45. No, when I was at the lock-in at the Omniplex.
Oh, yeah. With the Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah, have I talked about that on the pod?
Never.
So, okay, guys, here's what happened. We went to the Omniplex, and I'm a bit of a sleepwalker, as we've referenced in the past.
Yeah.
I fell asleep with my Boy Scout troop of Weebelows, and
Crindy was the den mother, and she called him the Weeby Loonies.
And she's been laying out straight heat comedy ever since, Crindy.
She wasn't wrong.
Weebelows.
So I love when that character's
like winding up.
Yeah, he's just so.
Well, post-nasal drip and suffering from antihistamine.
So.
None of this is real. It's all a simulation.
So, anyways, I fell asleep with my Boy Scout troop, and then I woke up in the middle of the night, needed to go to the bathroom in the dark Omniplex. I reach over to my side to shake the person next to me to say, hey, could you accompany me to the restroom, as I am afraid to wander through the dark Omniplex by myself? Sure. And I kept shaking the person, expecting my friend who had fallen asleep next to me. No, a grown man whose face I did not recognize rolled over and said, then go. And I went, oh. And then I literally got up, looked around, did not recognize where I was. I had sleepwalked across the Omniplex and fallen asleep next to a strange man.
Another troop.
And I started walking around the Omniplex. No one else in sight awake. I am wandering. It feels post-apocalyptic in here.
This place is huge.
It is huge, and it is huge to a child especially. Yes. And so I'm walking, and I can't see anything. And all of a sudden, off in the distance, I hear, hey. And I go, what? And I hear, hey. And then I look to the right. And I see the mirror maze, and I see a face I don't recognize, but another child. So he says, come here, come into the mirror maze with us.
That
and I
never goes well.
I walk into the mirror maze to discover a whole tribe of mirror maze dwelling after dark children who have left their beds and are existing in the mirror maze like Lord of the Flies at the Science Museum.
Just partying in there.
And I went in there and made friends, and we did all sorts of shenanigans and chicanery, but then I hear an adult voice say, hey, you're not supposed to be in there.
Oh, no.
And I see a flashlight on every wall of the mirror maze.
That's terrifying.
A security guard chased us through the mirror maze. It's lights everywhere. It's chaos. I run out of the mirror maze. I abandon my tribe of mirror maze dwelling children after hours, and then I just run. I run into the darkness. I still don't know where I'm going. And I just stumbling around. And eventually I just found a heap of people and just dove. It's like to hide, like E.T. style in the stuffies. And so I go and I hide there, only to realize I'm back where I'm supposed to be.
Stop it.
It all worked out.
Crindy was right there.
It all worked out. But just
that's like some sort of a fever dream.
I was literally about to say, I have had a fever dream about that flashlight chasing me around the mirror maze.
That's crazy.
And what's even scarier is whenever I shook that adult awake and he goes, then go, you little idiot.
That's what you would say to a kid now, though.
Oh.
Well, I'm so happy to disturb your slumber, sir. 8 hours minimum for phone functionality.
Oh, my God.
Go back to sleep, nerd. Omniplex.
I wish you guys could see right now. He's flexing.
Because I'm Omniflex.
Omniflex. Nothing like that happened during this day trip to the Omniplex, aka Science Museum.
Yeah, it's because everything's all nerfy now. It's all like bubble wrapped.
Everything has rounded edges. We don't want the children hurting themselves, but we did just about everything. I'll tell you, we saw the show where there were multiple explosions because science is cool.
Dude, it is.
And my girl had a good time. We did get a souvenir. Can you guess what we purchased from the gift shop?
A bubble wand.
No, astronaut ice cream.
Oh.
It's delicious.
It's not. It tastes like foam.
I love it. I treated myself to some as well.
Well, I went to space.
And I don't even like real ice cream.
I went to space camp.
Yes, you did.
So when I hear civilians talk about
Sure.
space ice cream,
Sure.
I think we just call it ice cream. We just call it ice cream. Astronauts, we just call it ice cream. The other day, my buddy Tyler, hey, Tyler.
Hi, Tyler.
He said, just in a text thread with friends, all he said, unprovoked out of nowhere, was, why are all astronauts just so astronaut-y looking? And then he sent a picture of a bunch of astronauts, and I examined them.
He wasn't wrong.
Astronauts look like astronauts,
Sure. Just clean cut.
Clean cut, strong jaw,
Yes.
powerful, all American boys
And gals.
and gals. Hey, inclusive.
Space program.
You know what I like to say? I like to say astronaut, like a not joke, And then sometimes whenever I'm eating astronaut ice cream, we just call it ice cream. But whenever I'm eating it and I'm breaking my diet, you know what I say? It's a bit astronauty. I'm not going to fit into my space onesie after this. Choo choo, next stop my thighs. It's a little bit astronauty. Commencing countdown to ignition. It's a bit astronauty. Anyway, we just call it ice cream.
Oh.
Blast off.
Astronaut Brandon over here.
Listen, all systems go. All systems go. My role at Space Camp was I was a communications expert and a payload specialist, meaning I was dealing with the payload as we went out onto the moon. They put you in this.
Brandon was 10 when he went to space camp. P.S.
Yeah, no, I've been in the game for a long time. I've been an astronaut for decades.
3.
One could call me an elder statesman within NASA. But listen, guys, and here's how lame this was. They would put us on that little thing that like swings you around. It's like a ball that like spins, and they're like, but it won't make you sick because it never goes the same direction twice. Made so many kids sick. And then also here you are being like, hey, we're going to simulate being on the moon. Let's simulate anti-gravity. We're all going in being all excited like there's some sort of anti-gravity room that actually exists. And then they say that doesn't exist. Here's the closest thing. Jump in the pool.
Oh, no.
Float in the pool and imagine you're in space, you nerds.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Go back to the science museum, nerds.
All I remember about that trip is that our dear grandmother...
I also got strep throat while I was
That's what I was going to say. Our dear grandmother is the one who wanted you to go to space camp, sent you there. And all of us drove you to, was it in Huntsville, Alabama?
Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah.
Not Pensacola, Florida, or wherever it is. Welcome to Huntsville, Alabama, home of the anti-gravity pool. Also, want some ice cream? We just call it ice cream.
We just call it ice cream. But we were... yeah, that's...
Blast off.
So we were there, and we learned that you got strep throat. How much time did you spend in the sick bay?
Like Earth hours or space hours?
Space hours.
It was
a couple days.
It was a couple days, and they had to give me a shot in the tuchus.
Yeah.
First shot I ever got in the tuchus, right in the butt. Here we are, NASA. NASA, you're giving me penicillin shots in the butt? Don't you have some sort of magical fix cure-all that's like sciencey?
Put it in the astronaut ice cream.
Put it in mix it in. Crush it up and put it in the astronaut ice cream. Same. Catherine up ice cream. Guys, I have a bit of space madness still. You get trapped in a small space for
in
too
a
long.
swimming pool.
Dude, listen, I'm just saying.
Wow.
Right? Like, okay, guys, today we're going to simulate anti-gravity. Everyone's like, yeah, let's go float in a pool.
You walk in the room.
In a pool.
The crestfallen astronauts.
Just having to get out of the ways like of the old folks, like underwater aerobics class.
Taking their laps.
Move out one side, Lieutenant. Here comes Meemaw. One side, payload specialist. Payload coming through.
Stay on this side of the rope, kids.
Here comes Blanche. Jazzercising in anti-gravity.
What a disappointment.
Listen.
What a disappointment.
Brandon, here's what we're going to do. We're going to send you to space camp in Alabama, and you're going to get strep throat and get a penicillin shot in the butt, and also you're going to get in a pool for anti-gravity. But at the end, you're going to get a onesie and you're going to get your picture in the Stillwater News Press. They ran a story about local boy goes to space camp.
Sure they did. It's a big deal.
And took a picture of me in my spacesuit.
Yep.
And put it in the paper.
Sure they did. It's a big deal.
Spelled my name right and everything. Payload specialist Barnes and Beefwell. Back home and better than ever. Eating some ice cream. Being a bit astronauty.
Oh my God. Oh man. I'm so glad you shared that. I'd forgotten some of those details.
See, listen, I might not remember what I did this week or weekend, but I'll dredge up some astronaut stories from the past.
From space camp.
I'll bring back stories from space.
It's amazing. What you been up to this week or weekend?
I'm crying. My eyeballs. I'm glad I got this
Kleenex.
snot Kleenex.
God.
What have I been up to this week? Did you just pivot off of space camp to what I've been up to this week?
Yeah, what you been doing?
Well, really just had a nothing weekend, which
Played some live music though.
did do that. That was on Thursday.
Okay, how'd that go?
It was great.
Yeah.
I hadn't played live music.
It's been a minute.
It's been a little bit, and so went out to a lovely spot called the Jones Assembly.
Sponsor us,
Jones Assembly.
It's so good.
But yeah, played some live music, and it was wonderful. Saw a lot of folks,
Pals,
folks that came out to actually hear me play, which
listeners of the pod.
No.
Oh,
No, listeners of me. No. So, hey, just stop trying to poach.
okay. I'm sorry.
Stop trying to poach my people, okay? The Venn diagrams don't have to overlap, okay? I have my own life.
Okay.
I have my own life.
Outside of this pod.
I'm not just podcaster Brandon Birdwell.
I'm astronaut.
That's
bro.
what I do, but it's not who I am.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Got it. Sure. So that was good.
Yeah, well, great.
Oh, great.
Sang all the songs.
Mm-hmm.
Sang them.
Saying them all.
I wanted to get them. One of my traditions when I play at this particular venue is at the end of the night, I like to get a margarita pizza to go.
Their pizzas are great.
And they came and dropped off my check. And a lot of times they'll be like, hey, you want something to eat? And I'll be like, yes, totally. Margarita pizza to go. And they came and gave me my check. And I was talking to somebody and I turned back around to order my margarita pizza and they were gone. Oh, no. Into the mist, and I felt awkward going up and being like, hey, I know this transaction is complete, but could you make me a pizza so that I could take it and eat it in the dark at my house by myself?
Yeah.
So I didn't get a margarita pizza.
Oh no.
I was a little disappointed.
Well, I would be too.
Yeah.
I'm always disappointed when I don't get pizza.
When we're on the topic of what I've been doing,
Okay.
since I've been doing so very little,
Okay.
I do have an update in the world of Brandon doesn't know how to talk to other humans.
Okay, but to share.
It happened.
I love
yes,
it.
it
I'm
happened.
getting comfy.
It happened yesterday.
Okay.
Had a very awkward interaction with a neighborhood mom.
Oh.
Took Benny on a bike ride.
Okay.
Ben likes to go on bike rides.
Sure. Who doesn't?
Very short ones. We was going to bike ride in like 2 minutes and he goes, tired. And then we turn back around and go home. So we're riding up to the school.
Okay.
Blacktop.
Okay.
Which is where he goes to school
Sure.
and where we ride bikes.
Got
So we were going, shh.
I said got it.
Your tone.
I'm tracking. Oh, yes.
We're back. So I was riding the bicycle
Okay.
and there was a horde of children playing. Drop part of my Kleenex just now. Horde of children playing and a mother riding bikes with her kid.
Okay.
And as we passed the mother riding bikes with her kid, she said, well, this is the happening place to me. And I went, it's happening. And she looked at me like I was the biggest idiot that she had ever encountered.
Yeah.
I
don't think that's awkward. I don't think that's that awkward.
It's happening. It's happening.
Well, here's the thing. You didn't have much time to come up with a response.
Yeah, but that's just being a human. You
What
have
are you
to be able
supposed
to
say, like, yeah, sure is. Yep.
What's happening?
What?
Who's happening?
Or just yeah. Hi.
You said it, Toots.
See? No, don't.
That's not what you say to strange
It's unacceptable.
strange women.
I don't think that's that strange. I think in those brief interactions, you got to be creative. I do that a lot, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay. You're doing great.
You can't live life with an agenda. Just flying by the seat of your pants out here.
You can. I'll plan for everything.
Listen, guys, what I'm saying is, if you ever encounter me in the wild, first off,
Don't talk to me.
don't talk to me.
Right.
Secondly, do not look me in the eyes. I take it as a sign of aggression.
Challenge.
If I see another primate
Oh, okay.
looking into my eyes,
Yeah.
it's one of two things about to happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna go full omniplex on them.
Sure.
One. Or two, I'm gonna put a palm right on their face. I'm just gonna shove them to the side.
I've seen you do that to people
Yeah.
lots of times.
Yeah.
You've done it to me.
Did it to a child just the other day at the Walmart.
No, you did not.
Get out of the way, kid.
No, you didn't.
I need to get the Dunkaroos. Move. It's Dunkaroo time for Daddy. Daddy wants the Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
You remember Dunkaroos?
Totally.
And they had the kangaroo was their mascot.
With like the
Dunkaroos.
icing, the little icing tub.
Yeah, it's so gross, really. Like really solidified, gross.
Sponsor us, Dunkaroos.
How long has it been since you've had a Lunchable?
I've had them in my home fairly recently, but I have not partaken.
You
Taken part.
have welcomed Lunchables into your home. Mm-hmm. Little discs of
Ugh. Chewy.
gelatinous meat.
They're not great.
Remember when they pivoted and made Lunchable pizzas?
Well, that's what we had in our home.
Oh, so not the classic.
On occasional, hope you will enjoy the pizza Lunchable.
Okay.
Also not great.
Well,
Anyway, so Jeff and I took a trip last week, and we finally got to celebrate our 20th anniversary with a trip.
that's great for you.
Our 20th
I love that for you.
Thanks. Our 20th anniversary was in August, but we were just now able to get away. We went to, thanks for asking. We went to,
Where'd you go?
thanks, Paso Robles, California, or as the locals there call it, Peso Robles.
That's what they call it?
Some of them.
Are they okay?
Yeah. I mean, they should know.
Well,
Anyway, so we went there. It's the central coast of California, and we flew into Los Angeles, which let me say this to LAX. Get your life together.
are you listening? LAX?
Get your life together.
Tune in.
LAX. Because what a disaster you are.
Yeah. Lackluster performance.
Listen.
Right?
Yes.
LAX, lax.
Yeah.
Lax.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's why, by the way, that's why you don't fly into LAX. That's a first and foremost, that's a rookie move.
it's a disaster there.
Yeah.
And I did learn, so there,
Burbank.
that's where you go.
Burbank.
Burbank.
Look, take me very seriously.
That's where
And
you fly into?
Burbank.
Okay.
Burbank.
Got it.
And
Oh
here's-
my gosh.
Listen, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. If Michael Jordan tries to tell me how to shoot a free throw, I don't shoot him down. When an astronaut tells me where to fly into, when an astronaut, when a man who's conquered the skies on this plane and beyond, when a man has bent the laws of physics and science, when a man has floated in a pool, even
Defied gravity
when
even?
a man turns astronaut ice cream into just regular ice cream.
By putting water on it?
I'm just saying.
Do you really fly into
Burbank,
Okay. Burblanc?
as the locals pronounce it.
Are they okay?
Yeah. Well.
Well-
Oh no, Lieutenant. We've got this. We know where to fly.
Can you imagine?
No. Sip your Tang, payload specialist.
You're wearing. Can you imagine if you got on an airplane in your onesie
Just saluting everyone.
and it hits you at the knees and it's so tight?
Just telling everyone at ease. At ease. On duty. Guys, listen, we're going to be fine. Could you point me to the air marshal? I got to talk through some strategy with him real quick. Also,
Sorry, sir. What are your credentials?
and I just go and get the speakers. This is
Astronaut.
This is Astronaut Payload Specialist Lieutenant Brandon Birdwell speaking. We're going to be flying at a much lower altitude than I'm used to. I'm an astronaut. For today's in-flight refreshments, we will be serving Tang and astronaut ice cream to you. 75 degrees north-south. 12 seconds.
Everyone would be so confused.
I know that it says on your tickets that we are en route to LAX, but we've made an executive decision. We're headed to Burbank now. Astronaut Brandon Birdwell signing off. Thank you. And that's it. And that's how you do. No, excuse me, Martha Stewart. I know how to make a cobbler. Okay? No, Ina Garden. This is good olive oil. Spielberg. What are these home movies you're making? Don't question Burbank. Go ahead. Tell us about your trip. I took a trip to space. You took a trip to California.
Well, LAX, I think, is even more of a mess than usual because they're preparing for the Olympics over there.
When's that? 2024?
7, 8. When's the next one? No, because it's every 4. 8?
Well, it's every 2. Winter, summer.
Oh, let's see.
Producer, look that up.
Look it up.
Look it up, producer. Listen, that's a long time in advance. I guess it makes sense. It's a big production to put on, so I get it.
I think it's 2024. What is it?
Producer.
The games were ultimately awarded to the city for 2028. I'm sorry. So we've got some time. But it's like a girl.
Thank goodness. Huh?
You got time to prepare.
Yeah.
For your javelin throwing.
Couldn't, wouldn't, won't.
Okay.
Short.
It's like a girl who's preparing for the prom, you know?
Sure.
She's just doing all the things to make herself look pretty, but in the process, it's kind of a mess.
She's ugly on the inside.
But get your life together, LAX.
Yeah.
But we flew into...
Why can't you be more like your brother, Burbank?
So let me say this about my husband, Jeff Engle. For those of you who've joined us for a while, you know that Jeff Engle is quite the traveler.
He is. Jet setter.
Jet setter. He travels internationally for his work. So,
but not intergalactically. Dork. Loser.
So because he travels so much, he has all kinds of points and airline status, and hotel things and all the things. So traveling with Jeff Engle is honestly the only way to travel. Here's what I've determined. For every trip, henceforth, I shall be traveling to destinations only where there's a direct flight. Game changer.
It's a big deal. The direct flight.
Mm-hmm. Also, where I will be upgraded to first class because of the person I'm with. Listen.
Welcome to the world's least relatable podcast.
I know.
Here we go.
I never
On today's
have flown
episode of
first
I'm
class.
Rich, You'll Pool, we'll be talking about what's the difference between business class and first class. It doesn't matter. You can afford either. You're poor. You're Pavo.
I fly behind this curtain because I'm rich and you're poor.
Today's episode of I'm Rich, You'll Pool, we're restocking our gourmet ice cubes.
This is our
dear
favorite
friend.
dear
friend
Shabazz of Shabazz Says on the socials. He's great.
Only fly direct flights and only take this get to first class. You poor.
I'm saying, and it's not because of I'm not flying first class on my own merit. Okay, I'm riding Jeff's coattails.
Yeah.
I'm getting upgraded for free because he flies all the time.
Yeah, well, listen.
Also, I call it the secret club, but like the Admiral's Club or whatever.
Yeah.
That place. Listen,
I've never been. I hang out in the Lieutenant Payload Specialist Club. It's different. It's different. It's just a little bit better. And if you've ever been to it, do you know what you would think? It's out of this world. It's out of this world. It's out of this world.
It's astronauty.
It's astronomical.
Astronomical. But so I'm just saying, I don't fly a lot of places.
Right, you married up.
But right.
Is that what we're saying?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. But when I do, and when I'm with Jeff, I get these perks because he travels so often. So I've decided that henceforth this will be how I travel because it's a total game changer. Travel's such a beatdown. Not if you do it like this.
It can be tough.
This has been a secret. Why haven't they told us this?
Because it's how they keep us down.
It's how they keep us
down.
down.
It's how they keep the masses down.
So we're on the flight.
Do you know what's behind this door?
This curtain.
Free beverages.
Free beverages.
Whole watermelons.
Protein boxes.
Protein boxes?
Protein boxes.
Not even dehydrated, like real, like legit, like
Not. It was
earth food.
It was damp protein.
Excuse me, could I get
A damp protein box.
I don't know. I'm struggling. I don't know if I want the regular protein or the damp.
No, listen. Here's what was in my protein box: prosciutto,
Oh,
very thinly sliced, lovely prosciutto.
this is already classy.
Yeah, marinated artichoke hearts, roasted red peppers, olives, various cheeses, crackers,
Yeah.
grapes,
Man.
and cookies.
Like
I'm just saying, I'm never traveling any other way again, which means I'll never travel again.
I'm on that beef jerky
Unless on
budget when
points.
I travel.
Me too.
I'm the beef
usually.
jerky guy.
That's what I'm saying. You need to take a trip with Jeff, and this is what will happen for
I've
you.
been trying to do it
for
for years.
30 years. Because you met Jeff shortly after space camp.
Yeah, I
About
did.
3 years.
I did.
He was unimpressed with your
I met him
credentials.
upon my descent back into this atmosphere.
Yes.
A lifetime of stories to be told. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But for all of Jeff's jet setting, I look over during our first flight and I see him, and he's got a movie on his phone. You know what he's watching? The Lorax. Just the Lorax.
Just a grown man watching
man
the Lorax.
on a 20th anniversary trip with his wife. And I looked over and I said, the Lorax, eh? And he goes, yeah, there's a lot of life lessons in here.
I mean,
And
it's
this is
hard
why
to
I love the
argue.
man.
It's hard to argue.
This is why I love the man. He prefers animated movies on a flight.
You know, here's what I think about that is I always try to be very careful because I don't need any
You know
inappropriate scenes
Right?
happening.
Because there are kids about.
And even if there's not,
You don't want people.
I'm sitting here watching a movie, just enjoying it. I've never seen this movie. It's a movie and it's a fun-filled thrill ride. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. The flight's going great. And then suddenly we cut to a little hanky-panky that I
Astronauty.
didn't see coming. And you know what the person next to me thinks? The guy who, when he got on, he's like, "My name's Bob Thompson, sales of the game." Like he's trying to talk to me on the flight, but I shut him out by putting on my over-ear headphones. He then already resents me for not engaging in conversation with him. He looks over. He sees me watching Astronauties, and he thinks,
What a creep.
pervert.
What a creep.
Who invited this pervert on the plane?
I know. So by watching an animated feature, you're going to be safe from that.
Yeah, probably. I don't know what the Lorax gets into. Pervert.
Not much. He speaks for the trees.
He does speak for the trees. Isn't Danny DeVito the voice of the I almost said, isn't Danny DeVito the voice of the pervert? Because yes. But what I wanted to say was Lorax. Paging Dr. Freud.
Oh my gosh. Well,
I really would love for the title to be, isn't Danny DeVito the voice of the pervert? But it's not.
not happening. Not happening. It's got to be something about astronaut Brandon Birdwell.
Yeah,
Paging
well.
astronaut Brandon Birdwell. But this trip was just lovely. I won't dwell on it too much, but it was just beautiful. The
Yeah,
Central Coast.
I won't throw it in your face any more than I'm getting upgraded to
No, it's
first
what
class.
I've been doing this week.
LAX, we fly for him.
Up in the air.
Yep.
So
Somehow it was still better than Fergie's version.
okay, so we flew into LA and then we drove up the coast for 4 hours. That is a beautiful drive. My goodness. I mean, okay.
Just dropped my Kleenex in a candle.
Now it's dripping candle wax and it's about to catch on fire. So that's where we're at.
Yep.
Anywho, we're fine. Blowing it out. Okay. As you blow the Kleenex back toward the candle. Guys,
there's not enough oxygen in space for candles anyways. We call them earth candles.
Earth candle.
What do you got there?
Anyway, it was a beautiful trip. We drove up the coast and you've got mountains, you've got ocean, you've got the powerful Pacific.
Yeah?
Just crashing.
Yeah.
Just crashing. They've gotten a ton of rain lately, so everything's very green.
Lush.
A lot of wildflowers.
Lush.
Lush.
Yeah. Whoa.
And we stayed in a beautiful place called the Allegretto. It was like a resort hotel. Visited wineries. A lot of beautiful wine tastings. We're wine people.
Uh-huh.
We're wine people. We like a really delicious red.
Yeah, you do like to wine like a lot.
We do.
Like a lot.
Yeah, we do. So our favorite winery that we discovered by ordering a wine off the menu, and then we found out the winery was near, was called Epoch, Epoch. So if you guys see those
Is
on
that not Epoch? Is that not Epoch?
well, that's how the locals pronounce it.
Epoch? They pronounce it correctly? You were pronouncing...
They pronounce it Epoch.
That's wrong. I'm looking at it. Phonetically.
Okay. Well,
Wrong.
Paso Robles,
Who can
Peso
I-
Robles.
Who can I call?
The
Who can I
winery.
get on the horn?
Okay.
Who can I dial up?
Anyway, guys, if you see that wine on a list, try it. Man, what a beautiful, it was a beautiful place. Jeff and I sat in some lovely Adirondack chairs for a good long while one afternoon, watched some deer in a field.
Yeah?
It's going to be a day that I just, store away.
Nice. I rode bikes up to the blacktop.
And had an awkward run-in with a neighborhood mom.
So like same.
Yeah.
So like same kind of weekend.
Same. But also on this trip, the food.
Yeah,
They love their arugula
they do.
on the central coast of Cali.
That's what they're known for.
Avocados also.
Aguacates.
Yeah, I had some delicious avocado toasts.
Then it cost you $45. Hey, excuse me, let me smear this avocado on this bread.
some bread.
It's going to be $45.
But the bread was homemade. A lot of fresh arugula. It was delicious.
Sounds delicious.
It was. It was just a really relaxing trip. I'm so grateful. Ate more bread than I've eaten maybe in the last 5 years over the course of 4 days.
That's not. I would like to see those numbers because there's no chance.
I don't eat a lot of bread typically.
I know that, but that's a lot of bread to pack into one weekend.
But I kept up with my running while I was there. Everyone will be proud to know.
Nice.
We went to the fitness center one day. Here's a question. Inexplicably in this fitness center, you have, you've got your ellipticals. Mm-hmm. You've got multiple treadmills. Mm-hmm. You've got some like a weight machine.
Sure.
And then you have free weights.
Yeah.
2 recliners. They're not massage recliners.
What?
They're not
Like recline, like lazy boys?
essentially.
Like from someone's living room?
Essentially, yes.
Weird.
Just inexplicably. Is somebody talk about a creep? Who's going to come to the fitness center and just recline and watch people work out in there?
You're doing great. You're doing great over there. Opens up a bush light.
That'd be way less creepy than if they just came in and didn't say anything.
No. Who's the guy? Who just has been hanging out by himself?
But 2 recliners.
Yeah, well,
And it wasn't a big room.
there are 2 recliners so that you can sit in one
Okay.
and one can remain empty to remind you what a sad, sorry, lonely loser you are.
I guess.
Yeah.
Nobody ever sat in them while I was there.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, creep.
Well,
And just leave.
I'm glad that you kept up with your
Pasta la
running.
vista,
That's
creep.
pasta la vista creep. Pretty good. Yeah. Well, no, I'm glad that you kept it up.
Yeah, me
You-
too.
Like I've been telling everybody lately how proud I am of you for your case of the runs.
That's not true.
Hey, this is Ashley. Do you know that she's got the runs? She's
She's running.
She's got the runs.
Okay.
I like how you let me say that like 4 times without arguing it.
Well, my main thing is it's less about like the poo joke and more about the fact that you would never brag to other people about me running, about me and my fitness routine.
It's a lot of layers.
That's a lot of
Guys, you will not believe it. She's a natural. She's doing great.
Yeah.
She's like a gazelle. So here I am sitting in the recliner watching her. She's doing
like a real creep.
She's doing great. Go get him.
That would never happen.
No.
So our last night we drive back from.
I'm too busy getting yoked. I'm too busy over there getting omniflexed out.
He's flexing
100 pounds.
right straight over my head.
Straight over my head. I haven't reminded you nerds for a while.
Well, you just did.
You bunch of science nerds.
So our last night we drive back from the Central Coast back to LA. And we stay in a prominent hotel chain. Not going to tell you which one it is, but it's one that Jeff frequents often with his travels.
Motel 6.
It is a Motel 6.
It's a Motel 6.
Sponsors Motel 6.
Don't bother. Don't bother.
Okay. Well, because he stays there so often, they give us an upgrade.
La Quinta M.
Nope. So we get up to the room. We're like, upgrade? We get to the room. It's on the 7th floor. Okay.
Oh.
Here's what the upgrade is, guys. I go in. We've been driving all day, so I go in to take a shower. One whole wall of the bathroom are those glass bricks
Yeah.
that were very popular in the 80s and 90s. Okay. Nothing between me and the outside but these glass bricks.
Sure.
Okay. Straight to the outside.
Yeah.
So one whole wall of the shower is glass.
Right.
My first thought was, I'm like the glass-sided hot tub in the Lindsay Lohan Christmas film, only way less cool. Also, it's a shower.
Yeah.
I can see lights out there. I can see people out there.
People moving.
People moving, cars moving. People could see me in there.
I don't like that.
I don't like it either. Anyway, I'm like, I'm doing this. So I take a shower. Also, it's chilly in LA this night. It is the
Build the drama, please.
Listen, it is the draftiest shower I've ever had. Upon further inspection, there are places where the bricks do not meet.
Oh.
And it's just letting in the night air.
Yeah.
So
Do they know who you're married to?
this was the upgrade.
Do they even know? Listen, I don't mind.
I don't want to tell the name of the hotel chain.
I don't mind
It was
aspects of what you just described. The winter air coming or the cold air coming in. Don't mind it. It's like the outdoor shower in Massachusetts.
Yes,
I love an outdoor shower.
I know.
Invigorating.
I'm not opposed to an outdoor shower by any means. I just didn't expect it in my upgraded hotel room.
You don't like to be surprised.
Don't like to be surprised. Anyway, it made me laugh. I said, Jeff, this is the drafty shower.
Fix it.
Fix it, Jeff.
Fix it with your status.
Anyway, meanwhile at home, some drama on the Nextdoor app. And you guys know I love some Nextdoor app drama.
Okay.
Apparently last week here in the 405, some kids ringing doorbells, throwing cheese on people's porches.
Oh,
Yeah.
getting cheesed.
Cheesed. You got cheesed.
So they just leave the cheese. Is it wrapped cheese? Is it like, can I
Just-
take it and use it?
Open cheese.
Open? Well, so the wastefulness is the problem.
I don't know.
Dude.
Just whose idea was that?
Get out here. Who's ready? Who's ready for Little Gene and the Queso Boys?
The queso boys. The cheese bandits.
Who's ready for Bandito de Chizo? Who's ready for the Queso Banditos? Little Gene and the Queso Candidos.
Candidos.
Who's ready for some Fundito?
Listen, queso fundito is delicious.
I love it. It's loaded with all sorts of beautiful
Sausage,
goodies.
Chorizo.
Chorizo.
So good.
Listen,
Anyway, that was the drama. And they were posting videos of these cheesy bandits all over the Nextdoor app.
they saw the bandits themselves, or just the,
Yes,
or
because
just
people
their
have
leavings.
those ring things
That is the dumbest prank to pull on a person.
ever.
Here's some cheese.
Yeah.
Here's some cheese.
There's some cheese.
Man, there was one time when there was a knock on our door, and I went to the door and I opened it, and some
Street tough.
street tough, probably Little Gene, had filled a Red Diamond iced tea gallon jug with water and a tinge of wee wee. And it had leaned up against my door. I opened it, spilled into the house,
Oh no.
scrambled to get it together.
Here at this house?
Hands covered in Little Gene's wee.
Oh no.
And then I called the police and I said, if they come back. And then I called the police to alert them that
Did you really?
Yeah, that Little Gene had weed. And and I hear a knock at the door. And I just immediately in my brain, I go to, it's not Little Gene and the wee wee boys. I think that's who it is, not the police. So I jump out the back door. I jump the fence and I sprint around getting ready to tackle a child. And it's a police officer that I run smack dab into.
Oh,
I have
gosh.
to explain to him, I live here. I'm not attacking you. I'm the one who alerted you to the presence of little Jean's
pee.
pee.
Oh my gosh. Was that at this house?
Nope. Other house.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
We've been safe from little Jean and his wee ever since we moved. That's why we moved.
Gosh.
Got to get out of here.
Yeah. Property values.
Kaput.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a terrible prank.
I mean, it's a pretty good one, actually.
It really is.
It's better than the cheese on the porch. You live with a bunch of milk toasty losers. I got little Jean out here peeing in jugs.
Wow. I've never heard that story either.
Well, I'm full of them.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
Welcome to my life.
Welcome.
Here you are. Here you are getting upgraded in beautiful California wine country. Oh, Ashley's in the Ambassador Club. Where's Brandon? He's scrubbing his hands with Clorox trying to get street tough urine off of his hands. Here's Brandon, elbow deep in pee-pee. Where's Ashley? Oh, she's the one over there with the marinated artichoke. Brandon's hands are marinated in red diamond iced tea pee-pee.
Oh, that's a terrible prank. Don't get any ideas, kids.
Don't get any ideas, Gene.
Sponsor us, Red Diamond Iced Tea.
Yeah, make up for it. Because listen, I like red diamond iced tea, and
I do too.
But I just like it when it's iced tea and it
Sure.
hasn't been turned into urine.
Into iced tea.
Pretty good.
Thanks.
Pretty good.
Thank you.
It wasn't iced. It was warm.
No, it was tepid.
Tepid red diamond pea.
PT.
PT. I've got PTSD from that experience. Oh, man. Do they not know that I'm a national treasure? I'm an astronaut. Who pees on an astronaut's porch? Who does that? Who saves up all of their red diamond iced tea urine, fills it back up into its original receptacle, and leans it up against an astronaut's front door? Treason.
Treason. Light treason.
Light.
Light treason. Oh, how is your algorithm?
So my algorithm is still consistent, the same. It hasn't changed or grown, but I will say that I did a deeper dive on the Spice Kid.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Luke.
Luke. God, nice.
Luke did that.
Luke did that. I need to speak up more about my algorithm because I noticed on the Friday algorithm wrap up, it was a lot of your algorithm and not a lot of mine because I hadn't updated
you mentioned things,
I hadn't
but then you
updated it.
don't know who the people are.
Yeah. So I did a deeper dive on him. And you know what? He has 4 million subscribers on YouTube.
Ooh,
To watch him eat the spice.
he's a YouTuber.
He's a YouTuber. And so he's making tons of money eating the spice.
That's why he's pushing himself to his limits.
That's why he did that.
He doesn't care about his stomach lining.
He can buy a new one.
That's right.
One stomach lining, please.
Coming right up.
Put it on my tab. How's your algorithm? What's going on in there?
I will tell you, the CHWH algorithm has been infiltrated with otters to the point that
That's how they get you.
every other one is otters. And I think it's because of all of the exchange of otters. You guys send me your otters, and it just thinks that's what we want.
Yeah.
So we're in it with them.
They've been tracking it very closely.
Listen, it's taken how many weeks ago did we start this algorithm?
I don't know.
8,
Time.
10?
What is time?
What is time? It's taken us this long to get here, but here we are. Butterdog.
Dude, he's all over mine. He's so gross.
I sat down yesterday and watched several of his videos with Hope, and she was horrified.
He does some gross stuff.
And the way he talks is interesting.
It's ramped up into this weird
It's a strange little baby talk.
butter boy baby talk.
Butter-
He started doing butter boy baby talk once he dropped out of college.
Oh, that's what happens to everyone, kids. Stay in college.
Stay in school or you'll talk like a butter boy baby.
But he, the other day, ate a whole thing of mayonnaise.
Yeah. Primal Kitchen mayonnaise.
Primal Kitchen avocado-based mayonnaise. And 4 like lamb shanks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like,
My favorite is he posted blood work that he had done
yes.
and was like proud of it. And the whole comment section was, that's really bad blood work, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Because he's always touting his blood work.
It's not good.
But the bathwater meat, the bathwater chicken,
Sink brisket.
absolutely
Bathwater.
not. No.
I also have a thing in my feed called Men with the Pot. Now, it's not what you think.
No.
It's not reefer
Okay.
and it's not poo.
Okay.
It's guys outdoor cooking beautiful breads and
You've
stuff.
mentioned this before.
It's like ASMR,
Yeah.
but it's also really like it looks delicious. It's
I know
unbelievable.
that. I've seen that.
It's great.
I love that too. I've been getting several of service dogs failing tests, and I'm wondering if it's because we were talking about your dog.
My service dog failing everything.
Every test. I also have a lot of Gerald Stratford, the gardener from the UK that I love. He's been planting peas and aardvarks. So
Okay.
that's where we are.
Has he been planting peas on people's porches? Is he the culprit? No. Is he little Gene?
Little Gerald?
Little Gene all grown up? All growed up?
No. All right, we've got a Crindy reviews for you guys.
Of course we do. Let's get that going.
She's out here watching, reviewing,
Always watching, always judging.
reading.
Look at the
reviewing.
baby, look at the baby, look at the baby. Producer, can you get that going, please? Good grief, man.
Oh, Crindy.
Technical difficult. We would never, on the ship, this would never fly.
For me, one of the few bright spots of the pandemic was discovering a comic named Lee Ann Morgan from Tennessee. She had had a fairly successful career for years, which started with her telling jokes at her friends' home jewelry parties. Ooh, remember those ladies? She did her stand-up at little comedy clubs around her home state, all the while raising 3 children. Then, during the pandemic, she began having her porch talks on her porch in her Soma robe. She talked about mundane things that everyone could relate to, like Jell-O salad and raising kids, and she made us all laugh. At the end of her videos, she would say in her Tennessee twang, "Everything's gonna be all right."
Oh, she did the impression.
And I somehow believed her. Well, her career has
Well, she was
taken
wrong.
off like a rocket from those porch talks to her selling out huge auditoriums on her 100-city Big Panty tour. Now, you need to go on YouTube. for
I'm on
that
one of those.
explanation. Her Netflix special, I'm Every Woman, just dropped on Netflix last week, and it's hilarious. I've seen her in Tulsa, Las Vegas, and I have my tickets for her new show, just getting started, in Oklahoma City in June. For starters, please, I'm begging you, Google Lee Ann Morgan competition cheer and laugh yourself silly. Lee Ann Morgan is the national treasure, and you will fall in love with her. And remember, everything's gonna be all right.
Oh.
So I was in the kitchen making food and stuff, and that special was actually playing on the TV. Lindsay was watching it in the living room while I was doing stuff, and I looked in there. I was like, "What is this like Lady Jeff Foxworthy?" Because that's all I could hear when she was talking. It was Lady Jeff Foxworthy.
She is hilarious. Grindy would send me her videos of her on her robe on her porch during the pandemic. And I've watched several of her videos. She really is funny. I haven't watched the special yet, but I probably will. Grindy loves her.
Listen, she's following her around the country
I know. She's doing great.
like a real creep.
What you been watching, reading, or listening to, B?
What have I been?
Grindy's not a creep.
No.
That needs to be said. What you been watching, reading, or listening to?
Mostly just like a lot of like security briefs for the upcoming mission into space.
Of course.
I just like to be on top of,
Of
it.
course.
Other than that, Ted Lasso.
Yeah, same.
Following that along as we go.
It's great. And they're really, they only committed to 3 seasons.
That's what I heard
Right?
yesterday.
So how are we going to tie this all up?
I don't know.
I know we're going to be sad at the end.
I feel like we are. Because I feel like Ted's going to go back home. And he's never going to win a championship.
That's what we think too.
I think
It's too
so.
late for him now.
I think he's gonna go back home because he's realizing that he's needed there.
By Henry.
Yeah, Henri.
Henri.
Yeah, so that's been that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I know. I don't have anything new really. I watched Ticket to Paradise on the plane.
I've been watching the Lorax. a
A lot of good life lessons in there.
There are. But yeah, those.
Yeah. I watched Ticket to Paradise also just on a whim. I watched Anchorman.
Listen, I'm not mad at that.
Stands the test of time.
I'm not mad at that.
It's so good. Also, guys, I'm still reading my book, A Gentleman in Moscow. Brendan. Hey, Brendan. Hi, Brendan.
Hi, Brendan. He told me that I had to say that.
There
And
it
then
is.
when I said no, he said, give the people what they want, which is he the people in this case?
He is. He's
Has
our
to be.
literary consultant. But this book that he recommended, A Gentleman in Moscow, what a beautiful book. It's not a quick read. It is the vocabulary in this. It's also the words are very small. So it's taken me a while, but
Words like the, and.
right. Yes. It's taken me a while, but gosh, what a beautiful book. The characters are so rich. I'm enjoying it, and I'm still reading. It's not a quick read. I wanted to give a quick update on those Crindy's Picklin shirts. If you have not received it, let us know, because you probably have by this point. They came in this week. Guys, these shirts are so good. They're so good. If you got a Crindy's Picklin t-shirt, wear it, take a picture, and tag us on social media. We are on all the socials at CHWH Pod. We have a good time. On Friday, we do our weekly How's Your Algorithm Roundup. Send us
Round it
the
up.
weird stuff you're getting in your algorithms, and we'll post it.
Yeah.
Also, update from last episode. You guys helped us name our friends' cats. I have not gotten the final word on the girl cat's first name. Boy is Kevin, I believe. Girl cat, not sure on first name. Middle name Blanche. It was our compromise.
Well,
Because the cat threw up when they told her name was Blanche.
I mean,
She hated it.
that's how you know a Blanche.
Oh,
When
are
a
they all
Blan-
like that?
All Blanches blarch when they find out they're Blanches.
What is your warm heart?
I will say that I got a lot of really nice positive feedback on new
City
music.
Cinema.
Yeah, a lot of people had really kind, sweet things to say about it. So that will
That's
be
great.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
I listened to it as I drove down the California coast.
That's what we made it for.
Sent you a video of it.
We made it for status upgrading types riding through the wine country. What's yours?
That's your target audience. Mine was just this trip. Gosh, what a delight, what a gift, and got a lot of nice perks because my husband travels the world.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. Listen. At the end of the day,
I never get those perks on my own.
At the end of the day, I know I'm falling short and I'm not living to my best potential because I'm not taking the life lessons that I've learned from the Lorax and applying them to my day-to-day life. Maybe if I did, I'd be on Jeff Engle's level, but I am not. Hey guys, thanks for listening to Cold Hands, Warm Hearts. Yeah? All right.
Bye.
Bye.